Hi, so in this quick video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the split method. So I have a string here, and I want to show you different ways you can split it up and some of the things you might do with that. So this first one doesn't do much interesting. It splits it based on the comma. So the first thing you'll notice is that all the commas will be removed, and it basically chunks it into little strings. So you'll have the first string at index 0 will be I can. The next one will be split this. The space, you'll note, will persist, but the comma will be gone. When I hear cycle through a standard for loop, I go from 0 up till the index -1 and print it out. So this is the output that I get. Notice I still have the spaces there, but the commas are gone. But that's a kind of an overkill for using the split. Really, the best reason you might want to do it is if you're going to change things around. So, for example, and we did this in the original exercises. Let's say we just wanted to do this backwards, right? So I would go bits length -1, and I would go so long as it's greater than or equal to 0, my last index being 0, and a minus minus. I'm just going to print out the same things in reverse order. So let's give that a try. So you can see now it's not reverse order word by word, but by segment. So it starts with or really anything. Then it says spaces on commas, right? So I've just reversed it in the order according to these strings. Now, like I said, I can split it on anything. So I can change this and split it on spaces, and that'll look more like the reverse word order I did before. Although when I do that, you notice the commas come back. Spaces are gone, but the commas come back. So the last string that would be in the array of strings is the one that says anything, then really, then or. So you can see down here, anything, really, or. So it just does those in backwards order. Depending on what you're trying to do, you can really fine tune this to do a lot of things. Like I could even split on a letter. It's going to probably give me some weird results. Like if I split on the letter I. Now, all the I's are going to be removed, and all the segments up to the I are going to be basically different phrases. So, okay. So it's going backwards here. So let's see, where's it starting with? NGS. So the NG comes from here. And where does that S come from? S would come from, oh yeah, spaces. So S comma phase based. Oh, this is really interesting. So yeah, you can see that from the I, there's not an other I all the way until I get to here, right? So that's the second to last fragment. So you can see there's a big part of here where it actually looks like it's going forward. That's because that second segment of it is very long. So you get kind of weird results doing it this way. But this is a good way to cycle through each piece. Let me go back to splitting on something more conventional like this. And then, of course, if you're going through it, whether you go through it forwards or backwards, you can also do something to each. So I'll do something really simple, like I'll put in extra spaces. So if I do that, actually, I'll take out the spaces this way and then put it back in down here. And again, this is pretty similar to what we did on the assignment where we wrote them backwards. But split is very powerful. Another thing that you might want to do with it is just use it to find the length. So how many segments there are when you split something up like that. So you can use it for word count kind of purposes. So if I do this, let's make this a line, and we'll do its dot length. And remember, we need to use a dot length without the parentheses because it's not a method call for arrays. It's just an attribute of the arrays. So if I do that, let's see, I have 12. Notice just printed it right on the end. So yeah, so that means I have 12 words when separated by spaces. If I do this, okay, that returns 6. So there's 6 different segments, which means I should have 5 commas, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 commas, splitting it into 6 different segments between the commas. So just wanted to give you a better sense of the split method, what you can do with it. It can be pretty powerful if you have specific purposes for rearranging things or even counting individual segments of something. So just giving you some ideas. Hope that helped. Thank you.